everybody, welcome once again to Interviewing Geeks Not Nerds, a show where we interview geeks, but not nerds. Today we have with us Captain Logan. Thanks for coming, Cap.
Hi, how are you, Vince?
Oh, I'm pretty good.
It's good to see you, man. It's been a while.
Indeed, too long. And we have questions for you.
Oh my goodness.
Are you ready for questions?
I don't know, Vince. I guess I'm ready as I'll ever be.
Inquiring minds want to know.
Okay, all right. I'll do my best. I will do my level best, Vince.
Indeed. Well, the questions are all about you, so they should be pretty easy.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully I know all the answers.
So, the one thing that everybody asked about is you have a title.
Yeah.
You are Captain Logan.
Captain Logan.
Why don't Sarah and Jason have titles?
Well, mostly because neither of them have actually ever been the captains of their own submarines. I don't know if you know this about me, but I used to actually have my own submarine, and I used to just drive it around. Yeah, and I was the captain of it because by default, I was the only one on it. So
down
I
Main
called
Street?
myself captain. Yeah, just everywhere. I mean, it had an engine and wheels, and it was great. Yeah.
How long would it take you to put wheels on a submarine?
I bought it that way.
You bought it that way?
Yeah.
It's a heck of an auction.
Yeah, well, I did get it at auction, and a lot of people weren't really sure if it was going to be street worthy. So,
but good luck at having a police officer pull that over to the side of the road.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that's part of the reason I bought it, you know. But anyway, no, I'm only slightly joking. Although I did have that submarine. Mostly it's just because we can't decide the right title for Jason. Sarah doesn't really want a title. She's kind of just cool with Sarah. She thinks that it's one of those things where it's like slick to not have a title. You know what I mean? Kind of like Prince used to just not even want a name. You know, it's sort of like that. But with Jason, we're trying to decide how much higher above my rank he should have. So we've been talking about Vice Admiral Jason for a while now, and because after all, I mean, he does run the entire house. I mean, he tells us when we have to get up in the morning and when we go to bed, and so that's so Vice Admiral.
That's a terrific point.
Where we're at right now. Well, you know how it is with kids. You know, you have them, you think that you're going to be their boss, and then after a while you find out they're smarter than you are, and then you just defer to them for everything, even when they're two. So anyway, he actually reads better than I do. He's at a college reading level now, and he just wrote a 25-page paper on fusion, and
I'm sure Mr. Fusion will be very pleased with that paper.
Yeah, I'm sure he will too. Well, actually, I've talked to Mr. Fusion, and Jason knows a great deal more about fusion than he does. So,
well,
yeah.
Indeed.
But Jason's teaching classes now and stuff, and so.
Oh, classes. You know, that's interesting that he's teaching classes now, considering you guys were training him at one point for the circus. Now, can you tell us a little bit about your circus career?
Well, I don't generally like to divulge this, but I'll do it for you, Vince.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, before the submarine, I used to ride around on a unicycle, like, all the time. I actually used to be a paraplegic, and what happened was...
A pair of them, huh?
No, a pair... No, yeah, I know. Like, I never heard that one before. No, the only reason I laugh is because I still remember what the pictures looked like of me with a unicycle where my legs used to be. And it's... Yeah, I know. And it's funny now in a way it wasn't when it was going on. Anyway, so my circus career wasn't because I could ride a unicycle. It was because I was part unicycle, and it was one of those things where I was one of the circus freaks, but I also was able to ride myself over a tightrope. So yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed those years. It was the only thing that got me by, and it was a rough time in my life, but I'm glad that that's why I can talk about it now, you know. But yeah, so we did for a while kind of consider maybe, putting Jason in the circus, and he did it for a while. He was pretty good at jumping through hoops on fire, but after a while he just decided that he preferred, his scientific studies over jumping through hoops with fire. And
being ablaze while you're trying to jump through hoops is just not fun.
It's not, yeah.
Not at all. So piggybacking on this particular topic
Absolutely,
here, because they're so integrally related.
Well, I don't want to get too serious or anything on your show, so...
Well,
yeah.
We appreciate any information you want to divulge.
Sure, man. No problem.
Now, tell us about when you met Sarah, considering it has so much to do with your involvement in the circus.
Well, see, when Sarah and I first met, I was driving my submarine. And for a minute there, I thought she just loved me for my submarine. I discovered after a while that
chicks dig the submarine.
I
Let's
know.
be frank.
Yeah. It's And if I had a nickel for every time I heard that in a movie, right?
Yeah. But God, every submarine. It's almost stereotypical to have a submarine, especially if you paint it red.
Yeah. Well, Iron Man kind of screwed us with that. But anyway, Sarah was riding a Bengal tiger. And I was driving my submarine, and we almost had a head-on collision in the middle of the street. And I think what kind of helped us get together was that I managed to talk the police officer out of giving her a ticket for not having a Bengal tiger license.
Ah. You know, it's really hard to put a turn signal on a Bengal tiger.
It really is, you know, and there's been a lot of legislation about that lately, and or at least there had at that point. I think now we kind of cleared it up a little bit. I think that actually at this point, as long as you know the correct hand signals, you don't have to put turn signals on your Bengal tigers anymore.
Good point. But good luck holding on to that Bengal tiger when you got an arm up. It's kind of ridiculous.
Yeah, it's tough. You have to make sure you have the right rig and stuff. But we had one for a while. We kind of are strictly elephant now, but we used to be all about the Bengal tigers.
Fair enough.
But anyway, that's how we met. And Sarah, Sarah was never really involved with the circus, but she knew circus people, and she got her Bengal tiger at a significant discount from knowing circus people growing up. So anyway, that's how that story is connected. And it's kind of ironic that I ended up with a unicycle for my legs, considering how we met and everything. But yeah, I don't know. It's a strange life I've led, Vince.
Strange life indeed.
Absolutely.
So you used to be an owner and operator of a pogo stick factory.
I did that for a while.
Why pogo sticks?
Well, at first, I just liked weird modes of transportation, which is, obviously why I was driving around in a submarine with wheels on it. I used to also go for broomsticks until I figured out they don't actually fly.
A mistake we've all made.
Yeah, I know. It's easy to do.
Cousin Larry, rest in peace.
The the pogo stick thing, it was kind of fun. And the thing is, we didn't just have regular pogo sticks. Trying to get around with a regular pogo stick is ridiculous, right? But we had rocket pogo sticks, and we had pogo sticks that could help you swim underwater. Well, it really helped a lot of people. Like, if you didn't know how to swim, you could get one of our pogo sticks, and then you could get on it, and then you could wear like a breathing apparatus, and then it would actually help you swim. And the pogo part would just like bounce back and then you could swim with it, and that's how that worked. We had a number of different sorts of pogo sticks, and I just liked weird modes of transportation. But the problem was, after a while, after I had my accident and I didn't have legs anymore, and I was riding around on a unicycle all the time. It kind of hit too close to home. Just the little weird mode of transportation. So I sold the factory, and I kind of got out of the bizarre travel business.
It sounds like it hit too close to home, considering how uncomfortable it would be to ride a pogo stick without any legs. So you have a new interior decorator. You're moving.
I am moving.
Yep. And I believe you have hired the Pennyworth Decorating Company to decorate your basement.
I did. I don't know if you guys know this, but Alfred Pennyworth, God rest his soul, founded the Make Everybody a Batcave Foundation just before he died. Because, at this point, everybody knows that Bruce Wayne is Batman. And I know Bruce Wayne tried for a really long time not to let that out, but ultimately most of his rogues gallery figured it out. Now we all know. And so Alfred, having designed the original Batcave, I think what happened was Bruce fired him after he let some girlfriend into the Batcave. And then Bruce.
And which one at this point does it even matter?
Yeah, and after a while, well, maybe it was that he let a bunch of them in. I'm not sure. And ultimately, Bruce was like, no, dude, you're done. And so he got rid of Alfred Pennyworth, and then Bruce never put a patent on the bat symbol because he was trying to get people to not know that he was Batman. So he actually never patented it or any of his inventions. And so Alfred was able to make a fortune of his own selling Batcaves to people. And so we have hired his company, which is now run by his son, R.J. Pennyworth, and I've talked to him. He's a nice guy, and actually R.J. has the penny in his Batcave. Mm-hmm. They make replicas of it, but he has the original. It's worth a bazillion. It's worth a lot of money. I don't know how much, but
is your Batcave going to be big enough for the is it worth the penny package?
No, unfortunately not. We weren't able to buy a place quite big enough. We measured it. It got close, but we didn't quite get there. And we weren't able to do the dinosaur either. Yeah, I know. It totally sucks. We are going to have a waterfall, though. Ooh. And we're going to have real bats.
Hey, real bats?
I know.
Do they feed them?
Cool. They actually, when you buy the bat cave, you get a plan where you get bat food for like a couple of years within the plan. Then you have to start paying for it yourself at that point. But it's kind of nice because then at that point you can decide if you really like having bats all over your place or not. And so you can get rid of them if you want to.
The convenient part is that all the bat food is tucked into this handy little belt, and you can dispense it as you need.
Yeah, that's right. So I don't know. It's really cool, and I can't wait to show it to you. I mean, the monitor setup is unbelievable. The main monitor is like bigger than my car. I mean, it's really cool. Yeah. So
car monitors always neat. Well, Cap, thanks for coming on, interviewing Geeks Not Nerds, because you are
I'm a geek, not a nerd.
Because we neglect nerds on this show.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on, Vince.
Thanks for coming, Cap.
Sure, man. Anytime.
We'll catch you next time, and please feel free to leave your comments thanking Cap for coming on the show.